Yeah.
Besides
I wouldn't.
well, but besides the other stuff that happened, I mean, just anything like learning more about a Yonko.
Hold on, let's start from this. Let's start from the beginning though, with Luffy sending Cracker across the Great Plain, right? Like Cracker,
like blood style.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like he was like I thought it was a chance for him to actually be okay. Accurate. Like he's not like knocked out, but he's done. Like he is done, and it's like they're up in arms about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro. That shit was definitely stronger than a Kong punch.
Man, I don't know. I think
maybe not a King Kong punch, but definitely stronger.
Well, like
definitely
let's say Luffy punched Doflamingo horizontally with the King Kong gun. I think it would have done the same.
Yeah. So maybe it was King Kong.
I think Doflamingo probably left Dressrosa.
I think, well, I think the only reason he didn't leave Whole Cake Island is because he went through 500 walls.
A lot of shit. Yeah, Kong gun did a lot of, like, send him through a lot of walls, but a King Kong gun would probably send him flying past Dressrosa. But, I mean, someone also was saying in the stream was like, all right, about these commanders, if the other two were Smoothie and Potato Starch.
Yeah.
Where's everyone saying potato starch? I didn't even remember reading that.
It was like a little
the translators now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was like Katakuri though. That's what it said.
Okay.
Well, go.
Thinking, could Bobbin be like a general?
A lot of people are confused because the fourth commander was called Snack as well.
Right.
Guess you can assume maybe each of the commanders has their own personal name because there's no way you're born with the name Potato Starch. Come on.
Well, it goes with her theme though, her food thing and stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure it has something to do with. Like,
I think Bobbin, because if you look at it, what was it? Tamago and Peckham's was doing stuff, and Bobbin was kind of doing the same thing. So I think he's like Tamago or something like.
Yeah, I think he might be on like Tamago's level because if you like, I was speaking with One HD earlier about it because I was saying how Bobbin must be powerful because he took out an island, he burned it down. But he was saying, didn't Randolph and those two other people when they were getting the ingredients, didn't they take out an island?
They were.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. That would be. Oh man, if Bobbin is around a Tamago, I don't know. He just feels different. He feels like a different character. It's just I don't know.
His design is definitely cool, but we can't just base everything off his design.
No, his design isn't cool. He looks weird.
He looks cool. You feel like a little made-up character person.
I don't know. That doesn't look cool.
Who are we talking about here?
If Bobbin was a Pokemon, I would pick him. He'd be a stale type, Bobbin.
Bobbin was a Pokemon.
I think he looks retarded, but I think it's just like how
he's a fairy type, bro.
Still fairy.
But how he was with Big Mom, his interactions, it just seemed like he didn't really care about her, or like not care about her, but he wasn't afraid of her. I don't know, but and then Tamago was like,
I agree,
trembling in fear.
Tamago Peckham's are fearful.
Yeah, and it's like, and the homies, they're basically just giving us more exposition as far as like, all right, everybody's basically scared of Big Mom because once you get on a rampage, nothing can stop her.
Like even what was it, Mascot? One of her sons, like the 11th son, was terrified of her. When she was on the rampage. That's how he died.
They said, doesn't Big Mom also have acid spit? That's another power. Yeah, let's go to Big Mom's power.
She is extremely versatile.
Yes.
She broke it.
Well, I don't know if the acid spit was even really a thing. Like, I think it was.
Yeah, it seemed more like just like a hint toward Basat that she liked to eat. Like, you would like drool.
Well, I'm sure she could. I'm sure she could.
Listen here, but like we have to remember in that big widespread panel of, and there's all the things alive around her. I remember when that chapter first came out, I was very perplexed because, like, you've got the flowers, they're alive, the trees, they're alive. That makes sense. She can put the soul into a tree, but space and go get the sun. So where did that sun come from? Like, is what I always used to think. Where did she get like a mini sun? We find out this chapter that Prometheus is an extension of her personality when. Like her soul, like she could split it into pieces.
Yeah.
And to back it up further, those black things that like, they collect the soul. We saw them a couple chapters back. They're like just black silhouette figures.
Yeah.
They are parts of Big Mom's soul as well.
Well, the thing is, with her collecting a piece of the sun, while that sounds ridiculous at first, I just always go back to Fujitora bringing down meteors.
That
And
is
it's
true.
like I don't know, but isn't NL on the moon right now?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
True. It's true. Like, you know,
I thought it was just
you can
And
argue
then
that. It's like the rainbow as well was alive. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not just a painting on the wall; it's a literal rainbow.
yeah, but like, with her creating storms, that's crazy. Like I don't know. Before I read like that she had the power to control weather, I was like, is that just Conqueror's hockey? But it says
Yeah.
like her double food power in a way. But
Yeah,
then
that's
it's
what
like,
I'm saying. I don't know. I think it might be both though, because like I feel like I don't know. Too many people, like strong people we've seen, have the power to control weather. Like every single one of them, actually, almost.
and we saw what happened with Blackbeard, not Blackbeard, Whitebeard and Shanks when they clashed. Like
Yeah.
literally,
Yeah,
the
and then
weather-
nah. Hold on.
Yeah.
That was not the same thing. That was just like force
Yeah,
clashing
I
against
agree.
each other that split the sky.
I
That
agree.
wasn't weather.
Like,
Right,
like,
but
They
it's
created the storm above them too.
That was different.
Yeah.
That was like
That storm was
metaphorically
not
though. Like
Right,
yo, that
I'm saying-
clash
Me and,
divided the
like,
heavens. That was
No,
nobody.
I disagree only because of the fact that when you see the storm, it was like an actual storm. It wasn't just the clouds splitting. Like you could see like it storming up in the air and like crazy shit going
No,
on.
but I'm saying not just the clouds. Like that was like a metaphoric thing, but like it split the heavens.
it
and so
wasn't.
that was not storm powers.
But
Only
that actually
I only
happened.
seen Dragon do
That
it.
was
like,
their
really.
hockey.
And we don't know how Dragon is doing it though.
I think that was like I think it was symbolic in a way.
Yeah, it was more symbolic. It wasn't
Right, but
the,
the thing is, my point is, the sky was affected by them clashing.
but just
Another-
just the intensity of it though.
Right.
We shouldn't jump and say that everybody has storm power because that's not true.
Another
Like,
example.
why-
You know, but
an
we can't
example-
say that the sky was affected by.
but
two
that
numbers.
wasn't in that type of way though. That wasn't like a dramatic
I never said it was the same way. I'm saying it was affected.
like two
I never.
two very powerful people clashing.
But I'm saying two
What?
powerful-
And
What?
you got to keep in mind, Brago, that clash decided the fate of the world after that. Like it decided the future. That clash, things was never
What?
gonna. Remember, Shanks was like, "Yo, this couldn't be avoided." That was something very different.
Do you think if Shanks would have won, like what would happen? What do you mean? I don't get it. What do
Well,
you
I'm not like I don't know who won in that clash, but I'm saying like that moment right there changed the One Piece world forever. Right there.
No,
that's
nothing
the
even
moment.
happened in that clash besides the one
No.
second sword.
No,
No,
but
just-
Ty's talking about like how that clash was to like decide whether to go stop Ace, etc.
But I don't think if Shanks would have won, he would have even sent.
No, but it's not even about who won that. It's just the fact that like Shanks went there and told Whitebeard, "Keep your hands off Teach," and Teach is like, "I'm Whitebeard. I don't have to like I do what I want." Or whatever.
I thought didn't he ask him to deal with T?
Nah, he asked him to keep his hands off.
He said keep your hands off.
That whole thing.
I don't
You know
know.
what I'm saying? Like it's not because Whitebeard. I didn't see none of that at the war, and we never seen Shanks use weather powers again. So it's not that he has weather powers.
Wait.
With Dragon, though, that's a different
We're
case.
going off on a tangent. Let's go back to the chapter. Let's go back to.
To break that down, like the two instances are clearly very different because if two Yonko clashing, Whitebeard and Shanks clashing, just creates a little mini storm, and then Big Mom just on her own being angry can create storms and flames and all these other weather conditions. Powers, they're not the same.
Yeah, but that's for her at a like peak of her rage. It seems right. That's what
I doubt it because
That's
when she was going on a rampage in the town, we saw her powers were activating there on a minor scale, of course.
that's like on a small scale. But it seems like when I want to see how she reacts after she finds out that Crack was defeated, because then we should see it again, right?
Because when it started getting lame, if like, oh, Kaido's angry and now the sky's all stormy and he's got flames on his hands, you know.
I don't know. I think that
Okay,
would.
no, but
that
the
would
thing is I don't know. Wait,
Broncos
I
up.
think that like I think that different people are gonna have different types of like hockey, if that makes sense. Like we see like Zoro has like the demon type thing. I mean, some people say it's not hockey, but you know what I'm saying. Like there's gonna be different types of shit, like different elements that people are gonna have. I don't think Kaido's gonna have the same. I don't think Kaido's gonna have the same exact
Maybe Shanks
element.
break that.
See, the thing with Dragon is he could still just have a Win Logia fruit. Like, he could still have some
He could.
wind-based fruit. And Big Mom, that could be Big Mom powers too.
He could. And
okay.
John and Donuts just mentioned, he's like, by the way, I was right. I told you Big Mom could control the weather. Her flag foreshadowed it. And that's true. It was like, it was, I mean, there's a lot of on there hinted that she's a witch, right? And that's like,
true.
it's like a lot of people kind of okay. It has to have something to do with weather, or you weren't sure exactly how, and this just shows like it all comes back to her soul powers in a way, which is creative as hell.
Yeah, they tricked us though. They made it seem like she just had
a witch
powers.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like
check out that screenshot.
What do you guys think? Like, you guys think?
YouTube chat.
Oh, I don't know.
It's from Bow Wow.
Say someone just said Toriko was hype. What? Red Hawk versus Diamo Jambe. What are we talking about right now? Wait, I can't see that screenshot. Oh, hold up. When Commander Snack was defeated.
Yeah, Commander Snack is the one who beat. We know.
It's in the Google. It's in the Google chat.
Okay, so is that you think Bobbin is making fun of it?
Well, like that was Bobbin when he was first introduced, and the link in this picture apparently he was talking about
Commander Snack.
Yeah, that's essentially what is implied.
Huh. That would be interesting.
That would actually fit the timeline, I think.
Now here's a better question. Where's the bomb? I've been saying it for like 2 months now.
One Piece Nation. The bomb is coming when it's the lunch and gift exchange. When the gift exchange happens, that's when the bomb comes out.
The tea party. This is the wedding.
The tea party and the wedding are tomorrow. The gift exchange is today, and that's where Sanji's going right now.
Oh, good. The bomb will finally become relevant.
So after the whole Big Mom thing, we saw her powers and everybody's up in arms, and then the biggest part of this chapter is Luffy approaching Sanji.
Yeah,
and I mean Sanji had to do that, right?
Yeah,
he had to do it.
There were ways of going about it, but they would have all failed.
Yes, but he kicked his captain, man. I mean, it's just like I felt weird about that.
Because he's cornered by all of the things that Judge has put against him, Zeph and the handcuffs. Like if he were to instigate anything that would make Luffy fight Judge or the brothers, like that would cost Sanji.
But he's still putting himself before. Which is
why he's putting himself in front of the captain, not the family.
Yeah,
he's like, I will deal with this.
It's one of those situations where, like, even though Sanji's doing something wrong, you could kind of tell something's wrong with the whole situation. So,
I mean, it's obvious that he's faking, right? And you saw that they even thinking about all this stuff, and the whole Zeph thing, his hands. So he's kind of in a situation where he had to do that.
But the crazy thing was that, the Zeph thing, that's a problem. But I think Luffy could just use King Conqueror's Haki and could just break Sanji out.
It's probably going to happen.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Sanji probably doesn't know Luffy's that skillful like that. But Sanji's probably going to tell Luffy to handcuff. Luffy's like, oh, don't worry about it.
What I think is a small scuffle, and then maybe like tells him like you should have believed in like your crew or whatever, and then he just breaks out this handcuffs. But then I see it whereas like maybe Luffy gets captured by the Vinsmoke.
Luffy is not getting captured by the Vinsmoke. He will kick every single one of them.
Stop it.
Yes, he will.
I agree with that.
What?
Trust me. Look, we seen when Judge fought Sanji.
So Luffy, after fighting
Big
Mom, she's going to defeat all the Vinsmoke.
Really? Put it like this. I'm not saying that he's one-shotting him, but I'm saying that as long as Sanji, right? Look, as long as Sanji could take on Ichiji, Luffy could take on Judge. Luffy's not getting his butt. Like even that, like it's another reason Sanji said stay out of it because Luffy would have beat that brother up. The one that tried to step up to Luffy, Luffy would have destroyed him.
I agree with that.
Yonji got beat off screen. He's nothing.
Another thing that I was impressed about was Judge knew Luffy's name. He's like, that's the infamous Straw Hat Luffy. Luffy's the big deal right now.
I mean, why are you impressed? Like, if he broke into Impel Down, anyone would know his name.
Ty, you have to remember you have to remember that Judge probably recently would have found out about Straw Hat Luffy because he had to change the Sanji Wanted poster.
Right.
No, but still, like it's a lot of pirates.
Did you get what I'm saying? Like Sanji was in the Straw Hat crew, which means that when Judge finally saw Sanji's Wanted poster, he would have seen that he was in the crew.
No, I know, but I'm saying Judge still gave Luffy.
Who wouldn't know about Luffy though at this point?
No, but it's not that. Oh, who's this guy? I don't know him. Judge gave him props. He was like, the infamous Straw Hat Luffy. He recognized Luffy.
Yeah, but so did So did
Who
Marine.
wouldn't know about Luffy? He Marine Ford.
It's not.
and-
All right.
And he's lobbying Impel Down.
It's a difference though. Hold on. It's a difference between that's Luffy and that's the infamous Straw Hat Luffy. He's like he know Luffy's a problem. He
Yeah,
Oh,
but at
yeah.
the same time, he said
Infamous?
that while Luffy was flying in his cart with his arms crossed, like he didn't give a fuck.
Judge was
He's not-
so like.
hold on.
He didn't.
Just because I said Judge acknowledged Luffy, I didn't say he's scared of Luffy. I'm talking about that's important. Look how mythical and how strong German's supposed to be, and Judge knows. He's like, yo,
I'm saying
that's the
Luffy-
infamous Straw Hat Luffy.
I don't see. If he didn't know about Luffy, that would be bullshit.
But he said the infamous though, like he's
Yeah.
amping Luffy up.
Yeah, but you're getting the wrong idea. Infamous doesn't mean powerful or anything.
No,
Infamous
I know what
means-
infamous means. Like
infamous
you're
means
famous
popular
for
for
doing
the wrong
something.
reason.
Yeah, infamous means you're famous for doing something bad.
Yeah, he has a bad reputation, and that's true.
But in the pirate world, though, that's big in Luffy. That's like, yo, that's the infamous, that's the troublemaker right there. That's Straw Hat. You know, that's something good. Y'all don't have to
Yeah,
put mind to it, but I took note of that.
No, it
Yeah,
isn't.
fair enough. That's fair.
But hold on, I actually want to go back for a second because we kind of skipped something, and I don't even know if it means anything. But when we were talking about Big Mom's powers, Luffy was like, "Oh, that's nothing. When you should see when I get in tantrums." Like, you think that's like a foreshadow to anything?
No, because you have to remember, like,
he's pet when he pets in danger.
Storm's not really a big deal to Luffy because like lightning doesn't really affect him.
I thought it was funny when Luffy said that as well. I thought it was interesting that he pointed it out. Was like he's just always the same guy. Like he's not really worried about it. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's the
whatever.
thing.
Yeah, because even when we were on Zoe, I don't know if you guys remember that panel, but when Peckham's was like, you know, she's one of the Yonko, you better be careful. And then yeah, he was just like, so.
Yeah, he does it-
That's what quietly.
and I feel like that does instill confidence into his crew. But then a part of it is kind of like ignorance. So it's like you have
Yeah.
to be.
I don't know. I might be looking at it wrong, but I was kind of taking it as like, oh, you think that storms or fire are cool when you get mad? You should see what I get mad.
Ooh,
Like, that would be crazy if you had some-
Mad,
That's what I'm saying.
mad Luffy,
I don't know about Mad Luffy.
What, Madman?
Madman,
Your fourth Madman? No, I don't know about that, but
Yeah, I think Luffy is just like he's not aware of the danger that he's in, and it's crazy though because like even though he won that fight, at first Cracker had him cornered so bad that he should be a little bit more aware of what's happening right now.
bro, imagine when Big Mom goes to punch Luffy with her hand and he like thinks he's gonna like get fucked up and he's rubber and like it just completely nullifies.
Well, I
the
think
electricity.
Whoa,
Luffy and Big Mom have a clash right now.
But
I think this is when Oda uses the opportunity to kind of show the difference that's still
But
there,
the other
if
thing
they
is that-
actually clash.
is that even if Luffy is not affected by the Zeus hand, it's still like Prometheus hand that'll burn him.
Yeah, that's
hurt him.
true.
Not
But the
just
thing,
that.
Big Mom's
not just
hockey
that,
should be on another level as well. So
I can imagine her throwing her first punch without hockey and like the electricity and the punch doing nothing. I think that'd be
Those
cool.
two, probably.
Big Mom is
Those,
going to knock Luffy out with Conqueror Hockey in one shot.
the Prometheus,
Whoa.
and the
Zeus.
Zeus.
hand. They're probably like her two bread and butter powerful attacks, but she probably has like lower grade elemental attacks as well.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
see that.
yes, I mean she was destroying the ground when she was punching her son. When she was walking, the ground was kind of
Yeah.
affected as well. So it's like Big Mom.
Because like, and another thing, like people like to bring up is like if like she is in control of all the souls that are on the island, like maybe absorbing them all back into herself boosts Prometheus and Zeus to some next level.
yeah, that would be. That's something else.
Because if that's the case, like she could essentially like put all of the souls that she could, like all of her soul energy into just those two bodies.
I mean, this just shows that Big Mom, you know, she's really powerful. It's like you cannot like dismiss her anymore.
Yeah, and
A lot of people were doing.
and
Because-
after seeing that, I had Big Mom #1 on my top 5. That's
All right,
how-
well, we might as well
top
talk
five.
about that now
And
because
like another thing as well is like those I can't remember what they're called, but those silhouette figures that they are bits and pieces of her own soul that are across the island. So people are like, you know, Doflamingo uses Birdcage. How is he still this powerful? She's got most of her ability spread across the island, like
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
another
she's
thing.
still able to do so much.
The thing is, people are kind of split on the Sanji thing. Where I see people saying, "I love Sanji, but his disrespect went too far," and people are saying Sanji had to do that. And I'm kind of in the middle with it too. It's like he had to do it, but it's like
it's
damn.
obvious he had to do it. He had to.
Yeah. And then when I saw it, I thought of if Zoro was there, what would have happened?
Yeah, I thought that was a good point
I-
about Zoro because like
Zoro
Zoro
like,
totally would have
I
stopped
do
him.
that.
Zoro, I'm like, would Zoro have been like, okay, what the hell are you doing? Like, we're here to save you. You're kicking. Like, come on, But I don't know.
He would
I don't
have
think
done a
Zoro would have
speech.
been
He would
happy.
have done a speech like he did to Usopp, like Luffy. Like if he's treating you like that, what's the worth in saving him?
Or I think he wouldn't even got to land a hit on Luffy. I think Zoro would have stepped in.
Another thing is that
what the hell are you doing?
I think Zoro would cut it big off.
I don't think Zoro would have did
so.
nothing. Like I think what's happening at the moment is more serious than just like taking a disrespect to the Mac. Like obviously something's going on. Like when they showed that part where they had that dude from Capone when he was talking to Sanji, what did he tell him? Because it seemed like he told Sanji that like
Vito, he's talking about
Vito.
Yeah,
Vito.
Vito.
Vito told us something super cryptic. We don't know what he told him.
No, but I was looking. Well, wait, hold on. Maybe I read a different translation from y'all. I was on manga stream.
That text bubble doesn't belong to Vito.
All right, but they're showing his picture though. So like, what happened right there?
As in, like he's having flashbacks of all the moments that have led up to this point that are against him.
All right, but
whatever it was that Vito said is something we're yet to find out.
I'm gonna go back to the page though. But it seemed like to me when I was reading it that Vito said something like Big Mom. You know how they said like if she invites you, you better
Oh,
come.
yeah, well, she did say that, but that was before. No, that was after he whispered into it. He had like a whole panel dedicated to that specific phrase.
All right, so
I'm
on it now, but we know that Big Mom said that if like she invites you, you better come. Now only Luffy went and a few other people went. It seemed like Vito told Sanji in a way too that like, so Zoro team is already in Wano, and so like that Big Mom would even like go find Zoro and them and would kill them too because they didn't come. They went and did whatever while only Luffy came. So it looked like at the same time by Sanji kicking Luffy, he's protecting Zoro and everybody too.
Wait, but this is whole Vito thing was before.
I see what you're saying.
What do you mean? But
it seems like Vito like Vito already knew that Zoro was on his way to Wano or something because it seems like
they weren't even at Zoe yet. Right?
But that's what I see in the bubble though. Nobody else is there to tell him to explain that to him.
But they weren't even at Zoe yet, so I don't.
Ty, I think you're getting a bit of the timeline a bit mixed up. Like when Sanji was inside Capone, Vito whispered into his ear something. Then Sanji dropped his cigarette, and everyone was like, oh, "What did he say?" And then after that, Vito then says, "If you're invited, make sure that you turn up." And then they go on to talk about what happens if you don't.
Okay, well, I just sent you the page. I put a link to it in the chat, so you can check it out and just look at it real fast.
All right. In the chat. Okay, so we talking about when Vito told Sanji. So right now, Zoro's team. Oh, that's Luffy.
That's Luffy telling him that.
Yeah, that's Luffy telling Sanji that.
Oh yeah, so all of the like silhouetted panels, they're flashbacks, and all of the firm panels, they're like the bulky ones. They're Luffy talking to Sanji right now.
Okay, now
I thought that was Vito.
He's going between Luffy and flashbacks.
I see what you're saying now, Ty. You thought it's like he was about to tell him something about Zoro. I got you.
Yeah,
that's yeah. Like what? I missed that, but
you could, like just in those panels alone, you can see Sanji like real struggling to decide what to do.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the crazy thing about it though, like it's kind of funny though. It's not funny, but it's funny because Cracker told Luffy, he was like, "Yo, even if you make it to Sanji somehow, he's gonna tell you get your lowly pirate crew and leave." And it's like Sanji told him something very similar to that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'm sure Big Mom obviously because Big Mom has the keys, right? The Big Mom and Smoke, they're on the same page with it. So it's like Crack already knew that Sanji's in a position where he cannot refuse. So it's like he's like, you can get past me or whatever. He knew that Sanji is not gonna refuse. So it's gonna like, it is what it is.
I don't know why his brothers though are smiling at the fact that he's joined them. Like I thought like they just hated him at the bottom of their like they just hate him completely. Like even if he were to convert, they'd still hate him. I don't get why they find joy in that. Like the one where Sanji kicks Luffy, they're all like laughing and smiling, except for Reiju.
Well, I think they were just like he's become them. It was kind of like it was kind of embarrassing where it's like you had all this conviction at first, and I think that's why Reiju looked disappointed. Was like, you don't mean the things you're saying. So of course they're going to be happy about it because they know like he doesn't want to do this, but she's sad because she knows that all that he went through.
Yeah,
like now he has to.
That's a good perspective.
I was watching George's live reaction, and he was talking about like how There was like the panel on page 9 at the bottom. It's talking about how like no one in Big Mom's crew is allowed to carry the vivrecard because like of the obvious weaknesses, the homies.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Lola had one of her own. So like Lola must be super important.
To be honest, there's a lot about why Lola even left in the first place. All of the daughters are very close to Big Mom. Why is it she's the only one that managed to leave and go on her own way?
Yeah,
Probably had a falling out with Big Mom.
Like her Pound and Big Mom. The very reason that Pound is no longer her husband. There's a lot of like family stuff that we don't know.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's probably something like if she wanted to go her own way, she was like, well, if you ever want to come back, take this card.
True.
Because she's the only one that left, right? She was the only one that was able.
She's the only one.
That's
She's
like the
the
biggest thing that I'm thinking about right now is how
Yeah.
Big Mom is going to react when she shows the vivrecard.
Yeah, this is what I'm
That's
saying. Like
interesting.
she has to chill out. She can't that's the thing. Even if like, and I was saying this before that like, let's say like things get Luffy beat Cracker, but things get chaotic and it's too much for him to handle, and she's about to kill Luffy or something like that. But then the Vivi card just kicks in like you save Lola. You know what? Look, for this one time, I'll look past it. But next time we're enemies, and I think she'll let Luffy leave at the end. Of
Yeah, I think that would be the
I
best.
think she'll probably do something like, "I'll let you live, but Sanji still has to marry Pudding." And
Here's the
Luffy's
thing.
gonna say, no.
I don't even think she would do that. I think she would be like, you know what, Sanji, you helped save Lola too. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to.
Now that Sanji didn't help save Lola at all.
She doesn't know that.
That was all
I
nonsense.
think it kind of.
Yo,
He said
just
Sanji
read-
didn't.
I think she would forgive Luffy beating Cracker, and I think she would like
She didn't
let
Lola
Sanji go.
save Sanji, if I remember correctly.
Well, that's not
Right.
true. Sanji risked his life fighting Kuma just like Zoro did. So in a way, like
No,
Kuma
I
could have
mean,
killed
in the fight
everybody.
with Absalom, didn't Lola need to come in and help Nami and Sanji?
I don't remember.
What's it like? I just noticed this as well. When Pound is talking about after Snack got defeated, which was by Urouge, right?
Yep.
Cracker was obviously sent to deal with him, but Urouge already was out to sea because Cracker had to come with his troops, and they said they went out to sea seeking revenge, right?
Right.
But after that, they then say Lin created a storm which decimated the enemy, which means Cracker didn't defeat Urouge. It was the storm that did it.
So the storm got injured Urouge, defeated his ships. He
Yeah.
probably escaped with the balloons and shit.
Yeah.
I thought,
So that's
it
interesting.
says-
That's
it
interesting.
And together.
yeah, I thought it was a combined effort. Like
Yeah,
it was the crew and the storm.
Yeah, it was both.
Like no
And together
wonder
they annihilated the enemy.
no wonder he was so beat up and he had to
Here's
heal.
the- but the thing is, I think
So here's my question then. Like, if the storm was never a factor, do you think he could have tussled
Beat
with
Cracker?
Nah, cause I don't know, cause it's like he that's too much. So he already did something. It's like to say like if Luffy had to fight the next Sweet Commander, could he still do it
it depends.
back to back?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's hard because it's like
No, if you remember, he was pretty injured when we saw him when he met Kaido.
right,
I
but
think-
this
But One Piece Nation, this is what we're saying. The storm did that to him.
right.
No, true. Oh, yeah, true.
I think he could have beat Cracker's crew, but not Cracker himself. If the storm
The
was
thing is with
Yeah.
Urouge, why I think he could do a good job is his power. It's like
Yeah.
a good matchup for Cracker. Where it's like, I mean, Cracker is a defensive fighter, but it's like Urouge, he wants to take the pain to dish it out. So it's like I don't know how much Cracker would be able to hurt Urouge. It'll be a good match.
I think that's why he lost, because they were at sea. To be honest, like if they sunk his ships, like, and he's a devil fruit
He can't
user.
do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the Jack thing, where it's like, Jack, he got knocked out of his ship. What is he going to do? So I think his ship got destroyed, and he went up to Sky Island. I think somebody made a theory. I think Rizzo made a theory about it. It was like the balloons. Someone used balloons to get up there or something.
Yeah, like the little
Yeah.
the island he's on, it's got balloons all underneath.
Right.
It.
So
Little robots, our cover story use balloons. There's all sorts of stuff
Yep.
going on.
So that's he escaped, but he was at a disadvantage there. So I mean, a lot of people say John and Donut say I think Crack would have bodied Urouge. I'm not ready to say that. I'm not ready to say
I'm
that.
not ready to say that.
Well,
I
we're
think
still talking about
We
it.
don't even know how strong Urouge is. The
Cracker-
entire conversation is pointless.
Cracker, it's not pointless. No.
We do know how
Still a
strong he is because
conversation.
he managed to defeat one of the commanders.
Yeah,
so we gotta know how strong that commander is.
I'll say this though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
if Urouge
the
was
commanders would be roughly equal to be commanders in the first place. yes, there's leagues amongst them, but they're all trusted commanders, so they'd have to be like similar in strength.
If Urouge fought Cracker at full health, I think Urouge could have won, but not back to back like that.
Because like I don't know, because
I agree.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to say because like we always like One Piece Nation said, we don't know the full extent of their abilities, but from what we do know about Urouge's fruit, what's countering it other than just overwhelming force, which is what happened to
You
him.
have to have a lot of force to overwhelm him off the bat to not get hit with his counter.
Who, Urouge?
You know, because it's like,
Urouge or Cracker?
Urouge.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
Urouge would want to take the damage, and
Exactly.
And then it's like Cracker doesn't even like getting hit, so all that damage Urouge will take, and Urouge will, because when I was looking at the pacifista thing didn't really damage Urouge like that, but Urouge let himself. No, wait, Urouge let himself get beat up so he can use his powers, and then
and then the only reason he got defeated was Kizaru.
Yeah, Kizaru's
the laser.
Yeah, so like I can see him fighting Cracker and losing at first on purpose, kind of, and Cracker doesn't really know what's happening.
Kizaru did the laser, but he was still okay. It's just Kizaru did a speeder like kick to his face.
Yeah,
sent him through the wall.
But when he was winning against the pacifista, when he initially transformed, like he was winning and hit the pacifista into the wall, and Kizaru came out of nowhere and shot him in his like shoulder.
Yeah, so I was saying like he could fight Cracker and lose on purpose at first, and Cracker wouldn't know what's happening. Then he just gets big and strong, and then give a Cracker a powerful blow like Luffy did, and they're probably over pretty soon. A couple of those.
I'm saying Urouge doesn't have the strength to break through Cracker's armor. That's the thing. He's gonna take Cracker's hit.
like you guys don't understand. Like depending on what the limit is to how much damage he could take, he could go beyond the strength of Cracker's armor.
Yeah. Well, put it like this: the scary thing about his powers is if he was to take 2 shots from Cracker's armor, that has to be stronger than the armor itself.
Exactly.
He could just reverse it back and break it after that.
And that's not even including his own strength.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be stronger than that. So he should
it's such a gross devil fruit. Like what?
And we don't know what else he's now able to do. It's like I'm sure.
Look at Tank Man. That's just like a little snippet of the potential of Urouge's fruit, because what Tankman did was take in Cracker's own strength and use it against him.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. They said they're talking about Sanji in the chats, saying that he hasn't gotten one decent win. Here's the thing that this chapter made me realize: that no matter how much Oda shits on a character or makes a character looks like inferior to other characters, he eventually gives that character some
always
the limelight in a way, because it's like Big Mom right now is just, she's on that level. It's like you have to acknowledge the fact that it's like, okay, of course she's a Yonko with those powers. Like, I mean, I don't know who's walking into Big Mom's territory and defeating her easily, at least.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like
because like again, that's what they say. They are untouchable. There's only 4 amongst them that can stand against each other, which is the Yonko themselves.
Yep. And it's like if another Yonko attacked Big Mom, like went against Big Mom, it's like they're not coming out of it like okay, and then that opens them up to get attacked from somebody else.
I think they're getting killed though. Like, to be honest, because it's like, not only is her soul powers OD, but we seen what Enel did. And he thought he was a god. Big Mom actually has the Thunder God powers in her hand, and then she actually has the Sun God powers in her other hand. That's a wrap right there. Like,
it's like she's essentially got Ace and Enel's fruits. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Then the other thing is like that's why when they said only Marco and the Big Mom pirates could only the remaining Whitebeard pirates and Marco or Big Mom could take out Blackbeard, it was probably right. Like she's OD powerful. Marco kind of let us down, but I think Big Mom, like her powers could definitely deal with Blackbeard.
I don't know if Marco let us down. He lost.
They said it was he let us down. It's not put it like this. Just because I say he let us down doesn't mean he's trash for the end of the story. He might as well die. No,
but I'm asking you, how do you let us down?
Because he was the captain.
He lost to Blackbeard?
And they said it was an overwhelming defeat. He lost bad. It's like what I acknowledge.
They just lost their captain.
Exactly.
I don't want to hear excuses though. Like if that was the case. But put it like this:
that's not an excuse.
We read that they was overwhelmed by Blackbeard. So,
but look at
I'm just repeating what was. I'm repeating what was read. I'm not gonna soften it and act like no. Why he lost? It was a bad win.
Look at the whole picture.
It was a bad win.
You have to look at the whole.
He let us down.
You have to remember that Blackbeard's new crew contains the world's worst criminals, like the strongest criminals to have existed.
But they still had Marco, they still had Jozu, they still had Vista. I'm not trying to hear it. To me, like just put Blackbeard versus
and
Marco.
also not just that, Aokiji was there as well.
Aokiji could have been there. We talking about one arm.
No, Aokiji was probably there, but those Yonko commanders could deal with Aokiji.
Wait,
so,
is it
like
wait, okay.
Boy.
Jozu does have one arm now, right?
Yeah.
So one arm Jozu.
I don't
No,
think
he
so,
can
but we'll see.
replace the arm with diamonds. So
No, the best way to put it is just think about the matchups. Okay, we probably have Blackbeard versus Marco.
and that right there. Hold on, but before y'all try to say that,
mind you, Blackbeard killed Whitebeard.
and Blackbeard somebody jump. You know, Marco stands no chance against Blackbeard. Not only does he have
I wouldn't say that.
No, put it like this: he stands no chance because it's like not only does he have the darkness powers, he actually has Whitebeard powers too. So it's like he just destroys.
He's
him.
not Whitebeard.
But he still has his powers. He knew about
He used
Whitebeard powers.
We saw at Marineford that he was already on that like old Whitebeard status with the devil fruit.
Well, he's on old Whitebeard status, and we all agree that Whitebeard isn't like the other Yonko were stronger than Whitebeard at that point.
He had time to get better at the fruit and stuff like that. It's not like I'm not gonna act like Marco did better than what he really did. It's like
No. But you're saying he let us down. I don't think
he let us down. Good son. Wouldn't you rather? So hold on. So this is okay. Wouldn't you have rather read that in the payback war, Marco defeated? Like, come on. Like,
but
he let
I
us
think
down.
that would make any sense. That would make no sense if Marco was able to defeat Blackbeard.
So then he let
with the
okay, and if it did, who would be satisfied with that?
He let us down though. He lost by a lot. Well, put it like this: in Ace fight, right? Ace and Blackbeard was neck and neck. In that fight, they got destroyed. Yes, they was. You need to recheck that.
You recheck it there. They were
No, but at the same time, like I understand that because look, like I feel like if Marco would have fought Blackbeard back then, it would have been hard, but he would have won. But at that point when they fought, Blackbeard had been Whitebeard powers
would have been annihilated.
I don't know if he would have won. It's like we're acting like okay, we see Blackbeard at these vulnerable moments, but it's like Blackbeard is still the same man that scarred Shanks. He is a powerful person.
Like, no, I know, but check this out. Like if Blackbeard and Ace was neck and neck, and we know Marco,
we saw like a bit of that fight, and we saw then they went to their ultimate moves. But at that, it's like Blackbeard almost broke Ace's neck.
All right, that's one little move. But at the same time, Ace.
But the thing is, in that fight, at no point did Ace look like he was winning.
At no point did it really seem like he was losing though. They both.
No, there were multiple points.
Wait, check this out though. Check this out. Both of their moves. All that you're saying that all the damage you're claiming that Blackbeard.
There's a bit of a Blackbeard bias going on here. Like,
yeah, exactly. And the Marco one because Blackbeard destroyed Marco in him. We said it. It's like why not say he let us down? Like he did. You know.
What's the bias?
Just because there's like statements of Blackbeard almost broke my neck with that attack. Yeah, that shows Blackbeard's got very powerful physical strength. But Ace's mastery of his devil fruit far surpasses that of Blackbeard's darkness fruit at that time.
But the thing is, after during that fight, after Ace saw that Blackbeard could nullify his fruit, he was thrown off his game.
No, he wasn't actually. He still did good. It's like see, that's being biased.
What's his name? Van Auger even said, "Whoa, this is a surprise." Usually, after Devil Fruit users witness Blackbeard's power, they what was the word? He says something like they get off.
Yeah,
they lose concentration. But Ace is an extraordinary example of someone that has mastered their fruit. Something calling them.
Yeah, Ace actually did good. If you check out my video, Brago, about Ace, I explain all of that in it. It's like that fight. People took it the wrong way. That fight. Like another thing, you gotta
be overestimating Ace. No,
I'm not overestimating Ace. Trust me, I'm very neutral about it. Like as much as I like Marco, I said he let us down. It's not about like who I like. I'm just putting out like what I see.
And my point to that was that he had no chance anyway.
Then but all right. So it's like.
So how can you say
he let us down though? That
makes no sense.
He lost. He was the captain in charge. He lost. Like he let us down.
That makes no sense. You just said
he should have won though.
You just said chance anyway, right? Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure about this whole letting down thing.
So how can someone who had no chance let you down?
he. All right, look, he took the fight. If he really had no chance, he shouldn't have never did it. It's like, all right, put it like this. You're saying he didn't let you down. Put it like this. If
probably
you're
a vote, I guarantee you, the rest of the crew would have gotten that.
all right. Look.
Let's make a straw poll. Did Marco let us down?
to me, he let us down. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a Marco fan myself, but if the way that they explained that when they said that he was overwhelmed by Blackbeard and stuff, and it was like, I'm like, wow, you feel what I'm saying? Like, put it like this: if you bet money on that fight and Marco lost, wouldn't you be mad if that was somebody you was in charge of and he lost? But still, though, so then it's like, all right, we only. So it's like, why we want to put it like this? I say, right? I say the good stuff people do, and I give them props. When people lose, I say they lose, though. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to say he's.
Here we go. I found it, guys. Here we go. He goes as Van Orgo when he's watching the Ace v Blackbeard fight. He goes, as expected of a commander on Whitebeard's ship, his basic combat abilities are also quite fearsome. ... I thought that Devil Fruit users always relied too much on their abilities, hurry up. And then if they happen to lose them, they would become rather fragile. But ... But
what?
As expected of Commander, it just repeats itself.
Yeah, well, he's saying like as expected.
But the thing, I think he was acknowledging that Ace is powerful. That it's like Blackbeard is not going to just one shot him. Like it seemed like Blackbeard was going around one shotting people once he took away the Devil Fruit.
Yeah, and
of course,
that didn't
Ace
happen.
is not that weak.
But he did
like,
way more than that. Because all right, put it like this: all the damage you seeing Blackbeard gave to Ace, he was still able to make a equal size fire attack to Blackbeard's darkness attack, and they still clash being equal. We didn't know the outcome until after later. For all we knew, it could have been a draw, or Ace could have won.
Well, we do know the outcome.
Blackbeard winning that fight was not the only outcome. It's like just because Blackbeard said, doesn't mean.
But we do know the outcome, though.
No, I'm saying that we know it now.
Actually, there is hints also, like in Dressrosa. I don't know how far you can take this, but when Jesus Burgess was about to lose to Sabo and Sabo was about to crush his face, Burgess talked about how they. Like he talked about Ace's like losing words. Don't tell my brothers or whatever. You can assume maybe from that if Ace somehow had the upper hand, the rest of the crew might have jumped in to help Blackbeard.
So you're saying that Ace had the upper hand and they jumped in, and but the thing is, none of them could use hockey.
No, hold on. I'll say this: Ace, they didn't.
That's true.
They didn't have hockey, so I don't agree with that. But it's like
but if Blackbeard nullified Ace's Devil Fruit, it doesn't matter if they have hockey. All he needed to touch him.
Well, the thing is,
that's true. On that one, but
he's done it before though. Like if you look at Whitebeard and Magellan, they teamed up against Magellan. They teamed up against Whitebeard. Like. He couldn't handle any of these people on his own. I think what Ty's saying, Marco let us down. I don't know. For me, I think I'm more at the point where like Ace kind of let us down.
How? All right, but look, that's being biased because
how is that being biased?
Check my video out, Brago. It explains the fight. It's not a biased video.
I agree with Brago on that aspect. That
I think Ace let us down.
Marco let us down. But put it like this. All right, Theory, you seen the video. So Ace gave the fight of his life, and it was an equal fight to the end or whatever. Yeah. Like, yeah, Blackbeard had his moments, but it's like everything. All right, like you see how Fuji, right? He sent Zoro to the ground, and Zoro's like, what is this power? Or whatever, but then Zoro countered it and sent the attack back at Fuji. So yeah, Blackbeard caused Ace off guard, but once Ace knew what his powers was, Ace continued fighting, and Blackbeard never really got that opportunity again to do that to Ace. So it's like Ace did very good. But now with Marco though, he got destroyed. The crew left. It's not even a Whitebeard Pirates anymore. They just banned. It's like he let us down. I was not expecting to read that.
Let's break this down real quick. We're away from the chapter, but we're gonna have another stream tomorrow where we're gonna focus more on the chapter and dissect it a bit more. But with the matchups, right? Like Theory mentioned, these are the worst criminals, right? These are the strongest of the worst criminals because they had to duke it out. Yeah, Blackbeard had.
I'm pretty sure that like people like Marco, Diamond, and Vista, like they're stronger than every single one of them over there. Not that they could one shot him though. No, wait, not that they could one shot him, but that they're stronger than them over there. Because put it like this: why are you assuming Magellan was not Admiral level? He was like right below it, right?
Wait, does Magellan go out and capture these people?
They said Siryu was on par with Magellan, and Magellan had beat him to put him in there. So I'm pretty sure like Siryu was on. See, the thing about Blackbeard's crew is that I think is that like, all right, Blackbeard is like Luffy. He's just winning right now because he got a double fruit power. He got Whitebeard. He turned into a Yonko, but a Chichibukai, whatever. But besides that, like he's still getting stronger. He's gonna be like one of the most strongest Yonko there is, but not right now. So I feel like Shiryu right now, all right, like right now he's not stronger than Mihawk, but later on he will be. Or like at that point he probably wasn't stronger than Vista yet.
For that setting, nobody had a chance against Magellan in that prison.
Oh no, it's not from Shiryu again. No.
In that prison,
no, but I'm saying when that fight happened,
it's like I mean he overwhelmed like.
I think Shiryu may have had a chance against Magellan.
So, but here's the thing. I was talking about like the matchups, right? These say if you're saying that they're not as powerful as the Whitebeard Pirates, right? And that's just
not every single person, but I'm talking about like I think Vista.
I feel like that's really underestimating these people, but
no, that's overestimating them because all right.
How is that overestimating the worst like criminals in Impel Down?
Because all right, it's
Shiryu
other people.
Was the former warden.
All right, but wasn't who was in there? Jinbei was in there, right? Crocodile was in there. Ace was in there. It's not that they're weak, but it's that none of them was admiral level though. None of the people inside there. And
you have an entire video on why Ace is admiral level and Jinbei and Ace.
You just said they were Ace's admiral level and they were on the.
Well, all right, Ace
is equal. That's two people down there that are admiral level already.
Ace, yeah, but not Shiryu though. Like.
Wait, how can Ace? I don't get it. Okay,
you guys are getting jumbled up with characters. Like Jinbei and Ace in the past were equal. Ace could have far exceeded him by the time of the present story.
True.
Right, he could have, but it's like if Ace,
it's a serious Shiryu, he gets a bias thing because it's like just because he has that rank on Blackbeard's crew. It's like people automatically see.
I think he's strong.
No, I'm not talking about
you guys have to remember like on what was it at the time around just a bit before the time Ace challenged Jinbei, he was offered to be one of the warlords too. Like Ace was strong back then, and he got stronger after that. Like Ace is powerful, guys.
Like it was nothing.
I don't think Ace is weak, but I mean my whole point is that with like let's look at this from a different perspective. Luffy's crew going against Doflamingo's crew, right?
Yeah.
Doflamingo's a captain, Luffy's a captain, right? And say let's equate it to Blackbeard and Marco. We're taking Luffy away, right? Then we're taking away Zoro.
All right, but at the same time with the Blackbeard Pirates, Whitebeard, because I said this before, he's a legend. He's a special case anyway. He was
why does Zoro have to be taken away? He's not the captain.
Thatch.
What?
Thatch and Ace. They weren't there.
Thatch is not the. Okay, Ace. Okay, I'll give you Ace. All right. But I would say Marco is the equivalent to Zoro in the Luffy crew.
Okay. There, we're taking away Sanji.
All right, but the other thing is that just besides
Sanji,
besides the crew matchups, though, that doesn't change nothing. At the Blackbeard captain,
but take away Sanji and Luffy, right? Do they have a chance?
Yeah.
Do they have a chance?
No.
But they have to do it. It's like if Doflamingo.
No. Hold on. Here's the other thing. They did not have to do that. Marco took that personally, like, and went after Blackbeard. They didn't have to do nothing. Like after Ace was the only one who was like, nah, I'm getting Blackbeard after the war.
So this guy did that in front of you, and he scarred like he took your captain.
Marco didn't have to do nothing though. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm sure. I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying he didn't feel like he had to do, but he didn't have to do nothing. He just could have.
Dude, I would assume the whole entire crew.
He's gonna take that on
Type 1.
Yeah, like Ty kind of has a point. Like, if it was so precious to you that you had to go get revenge, like to that extent, like you have to defeat him. Why is Marco not relentlessly just going back and forth with him? Why is he giving up?
Because I don't think it was Marco's choice. I feel like what happened was everybody demanded it. He was like, "This is a terrible idea," and everybody was like, "You're either gonna do this or I'm out."
Like you have.
You're either going to
hold on. You can't even say that. You can't because you jump into that conclusion because it's like you can't say that because when they lost, everybody left anyway. So I'm pretty sure Marco was probably like
how much they all respected Whitebeard, and they probably had done all wanting revenge, and Marco didn't have the right to deny his crew that.
Check out. All right, check out when Squirtle stabbed Whitebeard, right?
People say the
Whitebeard-
power difference between Whitebeard and Marco is way bigger than Luffy and Zoro.
What?
I don't think so. Not
I don't
at
know.
that moment.
Not old,
Whitebeard
not
was
old
old as shit.
Whitebeard.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's
Young Whitebeard, definitely.
Yeah, young Whitebeard.
Young Whitebeard is
but then
the strongest
it's like
pirate.
Wait,
but
but check this out.
But that
I want to
proves
tell
my
you this.
point even more.
I want to tell you this about Marco's attitude though. Like when Squirtle stabbed Whitebeard, Whitebeard hugged him and was like, "My son." Marco slammed Squirtle to the floor, was about to step on, was about to kill. Like, yo, what are you doing? So I can see Marco being like, "Yo, we got to go get Blackbeard." And he probably amped everybody up to go do it.
Even during the war when Blackbeard showed up, Marco wanted to go ham with Blackbeard there,
Exactly.
but Whitebeard told him to stop.
Yeah,
But I
Whitebeard was
think-
like, "Marco, go."
Didn't do it. It's like they'll be laughed off the seas. It's one of those where it's like this guy took your captain, you're not gonna do anything about it.
All right, but
It's kind of like, okay, I have a question for all of you.
Brago, here's my point. Like he was unsuccessful.
yeah, he was unsuccessful.
He was unsuccessful
Yeah.
to get revenge, right? Why is he not trying it again? He should be doing it again.
Exactly, and then the other
Until
thing,
it should be to the death.
yeah, and then the other thing is that
But
like. You said if he didn't do nothing, he would get laughed at. Don't you think he
But the
getting
thing is-
laughed at now? Like, yo, he tried to do something and the
At
Blackbeard
least he went
Pirates
out with honor
kicked their
for
butt.
us to avenge the
Here's
captain.
the thing though. We don't know what happened in that fight, right?
Yeah.
But what if everybody else died?
Everybody
that-
else, no. Everybody else couldn't have died because they said that the Whitebeard Pirates that they disbanded and everybody just went their separate ways.
Yeah, and Weeble's also hunting them all down.
Yeah.
They never said that. They never said this, man.
Yo, I read
Yeah.
I've read if they didn't
When-
use
when did they say
disband, it said I read it. I don't know, it was in one of the chapters that the
They never said-
Whitebeard Pirates they disbanded.
They never said that.
They said that. Trust me that they said that or something that
I'm
meant
pretty
that.
sure they never said that.
I
They
will
never said
go
what-
check.
When did they say that? They never said that.
It was
They said it on Zoe when they talked to that.
who was telling you like when they was explaining the situation they said
When did they
after
say
that.
I don't remember them saying that.
All right, but just because you don't remember doesn't
How
mean
do you
that.
not remember that?
Wait. Okay, does somebody know that they said that? Pull up the panel so I can remember this because I don't remember them saying that the Whitebeard Pirates disbanded at all. There's Weevil was hunting them down.
No. That's all right. He's hunting them down, but he's going after them individually because he wants to find
What
Marco.
chapter
But,
was the Marco stuff? Do they remember?
but it's no more Whitebeard Pirates though. They disband. They're not together anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know what happened in that fight because I don't
even
remember
after-
anything.
I understand that we don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure that like what Blackbeard destroyed Marco. I'm not gonna say that like, oh, maybe something else happened and Marco got jumped.
Oh, you getting it slightly wrong. They said since it ended, the captains of the Whitebeard's crew have all but vanished.
Yeah, see, all right. Now look, all but vanished, and I just used disband, but that's the same thing. It's like after
No,
that,
it's
they
not.
all left.
No, it's not.
All right, wait, hold on. Look, if all of us right now just vanish, isn't that somebody could be like, yo, Brago live stream the disband. They don't do streams no more. They just all left. It's the same thing.
No. They said they vanished. So
I gotta agree with you. They're the difference, dude. You're
I'm
stretching it to make
even
it
that they vanished. Where did they vanish to? They're not there no more. Like, they're not around.
Okay.
Maybe they were killed.
Okay. Let's put it.
You can also kind of say that they did disband because the fact that Weeble is picking them off one by one and they're not all in the same spot.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
hasn't defeated allied captains.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Maybe the top four.
Weevil has defeated the allied captains. There's no commander that he's defeated.
Oh, okay, that's true.
All right. But even this though, Weeble's just like he took out so many of them, right?
The
and
allied
nobody.
captains,
All
not-
right, but listen though, that's still under Whitebeard Pirates, right? And nobody from the Whitebeard Pirates is doing anything. Nobody stepped in and stopped. They're gone.
Here's the thing. Another example: the Straw Hats, right? They vanished, right? That's everybody. They vanished, but they didn't disband.
All right, true, but wasn't nobody getting? They wasn't attacking people. All right, in that case, even though that they're gone, right? All right, put it like this: that's even more of a letdown because not only not only did you lose in a bad way, your allied pirates, the people that depend on you, the people that did the parent-child thing or whatever, however that thing worked, they're getting beat off or killed one by one, and you're not doing nothing. They should come and stop
anything. You're just sitting by and watching.
The thing is, it's like
Blackbeard destroyed their spirit and everything. He crushed them.
After that fight,
I think I remember your live reaction, Brago. Like you're like,
exactly, Brago. So come on, son.
Why does Marco look like that? You're like, what's with his face?
the thing is, my hypothesis was that Marco actually got killed by Blackbeard. He only survived because of his fruit. I assumed that everybody there died.
I like Marco.
Like, I don't think it's like, why would Blackbeard leave him alive? And we have this whole theory going around about Shiryu having Josu's fruit anyways. I mean, so it's like, I mean, they could have disbanded. I'm giving you that they could have disbanded. I'm just saying that it never said that they did.
I like Marco,
but it is possible.
And when I say those things, it doesn't mean that he let us down. He might as well die. It's like, no, in that moment he let us down. It might be something to where like wait, hold on. It might be something to where like
Devil Egg just said the Whitebeard pirates are in the middle of a 2-year time
There you
skip.
go.
Come on, hold on. They're too old to be having a conflict.
But like, have Narcos.
Say like Brago. Let's say Kaido attacks Zoro, right, from behind. It's something grimy like that, right?
Yeah.
And Marco just comes and like, stop right there. He can make me proud of him again. But I just mean like in that moment right there with what I read, he let me down.
That's fair.
Like,
Just leave that. There's another thing I want to talk about in the chapter, like about the mirrors. The mirrors.
You got 3 minutes.
That halfway through the discussion for the mirrors, they suddenly couldn't talk to Chopper and Carrot anymore. What happened?
You think Brule did that? I think Brule kind of did that.
Me too.
Like she can control, like, you know, she probably ran into them talking to her. She's like, all right. She kind of shut that mirror down.
Yeah, I agree with that. That she ran into them.
Because it's like it seemed like they were running when Nami was telling them, because she's like, "Are you okay?" And they kept like stopping.
And then it's the thing to point out too that even though that they said they was okay, Nami didn't believe them, so they probably wasn't okay. And they probably
right. People were saying to me like the mirror broke and that's why. But earlier in the early chapters, Brule smashed the mirror that Carrot was in, and they could still talk to her. So
I think Brule, like, probably maybe they got captured. To be honest, maybe they did get captured by Brule at that point when everything happened.
That's what I mean. Like I wanted to bring this up as well. That the way, obviously there's one more day until the wedding, which means we've got an entire day left of this arc. But not just that. When Caesar got assigned to this new giant serum thing with Perosporo, the candy licky guy, they said we give you 2 weeks to get it done. Does that mean this Big Mom stuff won't? I'm not saying that Luffy and that are going to be on the island for 2 weeks, but does that mean the Caesar stuff won't be resolved until 2 weeks are done?
That's kind of crazy. It's like, I don't know.
You mean like him making the giant stuff or not?
Yeah. So does that mean Caesar ain't leaving his island with us? He's staying there for 2 weeks.
Well, true.
I think Caesar becomes a straw hat, but
no, yeah. I was gonna say that, like, true, but I feel like his best.
He murdered his children.
They are annoying.
All right, but even that though, like they're not holding that over him every single chapter, bringing it back up.
Zoro kill people.
Yeah.
So like,
I think like kill people. I mean, it's like one of those. Caesar at least gave him candy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those where it's
he gave them drugs.
The thing is, like, with scientists,
them.
sometimes scientists go too far when they're just obsessed with experiments, and it's like, yeah, it's wrong, but it's just like, okay, Caesar is terrible, but I think Caesar's going to play a big part into like the.
Yeah, he is. But do you think? But does he rescue this arc along with Sanji, or is it we have to come back for him another time?
Nah. They're all gonna leave together, I think, because it's like right now, especially with
I don't think so. I think it might play out really different to how we think.
Oh wait,
it
check
was
this out.
drugs, not candy. I'm talking about like the drugs were.
I think
you know
I think he's gonna help Big Mom achieve her dream, and then that's when we get out. Because we're not defeating Big Mom this arc, which means she's coming back one day.
Check this out.
Caesar's gonna join Law. I actually think that Peckham joins Law, but
you know how Pound told him like they should just run, how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like Luffy best chance, well, not even Luffy, but like Caesar, his best chance is to just forget the experiment, make some big bomb, and just explode everything and try to leave with Luffy. Like so many people, Luffy, Caesar, the dude from Jinbei crew, and the other person that wanted to leave too. Like all the people who don't want to be there, they can all just group up with Luffy and leave with Luffy.
Sorry, pardon me, I just burped. Another thing, about the two sweet commanders. Who do you think's going to take them out? Because we saw how hard it was for Luffy to defeat one. There's two more.
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
myself.
thing is, I really gotta go. I really gotta go.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm doing one tomorrow as well. Are you guys gonna be able to join?
Probably.
So I'm gonna be doing it around the same time.
Okay.
And then that's gonna be titled "Who's gonna defeat the two sweet commanders?"
All right.
I really can't think of anybody right now.
Well,
but wait, what you guys say?
I was gonna say that I don't think none of them is gonna get defeated because, like I said this before, if they get defeated, right? Or if one of them gets defeated, Big Mom might as well just die herself because that's her whole crew almost going out.
We can hypothesize. Say like.
So I think that Luffy will though. I think he will take on somebody from Germa though, and I think that's it. He beat Cracker, beat somebody from Germa. They dip and leave.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with Ty.
But guys, I appreciate you guys coming through. Like the stream.
Yeah, like the stream.
Tomorrow we're gonna get it popping. It's so much about this chapter that we still have to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in here.
It's a lot of theories that can come from this chapter. But we're gonna get into it tomorrow. Like the stream, subscribe, and I will catch you guys tomorrow.
See you later, bro.
Peace.